money in a lot of fights that he wasn't supposed to win, and he kept winning. Why? Because he was so disciplined, he was so hungry and eager to win that he never took no for an answer. He always knew he was the opponent, and he always came out with his hand above his head.
And one of the fights that's most controversial, of course, you know, is that decision that he got over Manny Pacquiao. Again, something that's not even on your guys' it's the judges.
Look, during that fight, I mean, we got ready for the fight. And like I said, regardless, a lot of people don't see the fight. You got to see the fight 2 or 3 times to realize what you see, because you're watching a fight and you're hearing the commentators are dragging you into another different fight. I mean, like I said, that fight to me, we won that fight. Okay, I'm gonna stand my ground on that fight forever. Why? Because Tim Bradley and I had a great career together. Tim Bradley fought 12 rounds, toe to toe with Manny Pacquiao. When before that, he had knocked out Cotto, Oscar, Hatton, Margarito. He couldn't do to Tim Bradley what he did to all those elite champions in the past. To me, going 12 rounds with Manny Pacquiao and not getting knocked out was a win. The rest was extra, honestly. And I tell you, for me, just going 12 rounds with a broken ankle in that fight, because he had a broken ankle in that fight. He broke his ankle in the third round. And I pumped him up so much, brought him up, built up his energy, his adrenaline, to the point where he kept fighting with a broken ankle. 12 rounds, and didn't get knocked out. And fought. He wasn't just surviving. He was fighting round by round. He wasn't running around the ring because he had a broken ankle. So with that, I can tell you this: Tim Bradley was a winner because he won 12 rounds with Manny Pacquiao in his prime.
What did that tell you about the fighter that you had? That
guy had a lot of heart, and he had a lot of eager to win. Tim Bradley, like I said, he never took no for an answer. He always wanted the challenge. He always stepped up to the challenge. He always took any challenge. It didn't matter how hard it was.
Was there ever a fight that Tim Bradley wanted that maybe a fight that never got made for him?
He always wanted Amir Khan. Mm-hmm. Him and Amir Khan always talked back to each other, and he always wanted to fight. And that fight went back and forth, and he always said, I want to fight Amir Khan. I want to beat his ass. I want to do this. I want to do that. And it never happened. That's the only fight that Tim Bradley wanted in his career, and it never happened.
How do you think that fight would have played out?
I don't know, honestly. Because Amir Khan was tall, fast, long. Tim Bradley was shorter, trying to get in there. But Tim Bradley fought a lot of fighters similar. He fought Lamont Peterson, you know. He fought Devin Alexander, you know, all these guys that were taller than him, and he always dominated them, you know. I just think that the fact that Tim Bradley had a lot more heart, he would have smothered Amir Khan. Amir Khan will lose his composure once he starts getting smothered.
What message do you have to the fans that probably don't give Tim Bradley the respect or the duty that he deserves? No,
a lot of people will talk negative about Tim Bradley because, you know, that's just the way they are. They don't know what a fighter goes through. They don't know the sacrifice, the hard work that a fighter goes through. But if they would know a little bit about Tim Bradley, of how he worked his way up from nobody believing in him. And I'm telling you this, when he came to me after the Olympic trials, when he lost the Olympic trials, he went to a couple of gyms here in the Coachella Valley and asked for help. Can you train me? And some of the trainers says, nah, well, you don't have the height. You're too big. You're too small for your weight. You don't hit hard. You're black. You know, it's hard, you know, for you. So they don't want to help him. So he came to me. I gave him the opportunity. I started training him from day one in his professional career. I started correcting his mistakes and brought him from nothing to 5 world titles. That's what people don't know. The sacrifice he did, you know. I mean, in somebody's career, there's a lot of ups and downs, but the downs are the ones that hurt you the most. And he had a lot of downs, you know. Yeah, he had a lot of downs. I mean, he was struggling. He was working as a waiter, trying to survive. When he was gonna fight for Luis Castillo, because Luis Castillo didn't make weight. It was his first time he was gonna make some good money. He was minus on his bank account. He cried because he wanted to fight. Castillo couldn't make the weight. That was his first good payday. It didn't happen. And then you're like, man, you know, I worked so hard to make this money when my bank account is minus right now, and it's not gonna happen. He cried. He begged the promoters, I'll fight him at whatever weight he is. You know, he just needed the money. A month later, we get the news. He's fighting Junior Whitaker in England for WBC. We go to England against all odds. A guy that had not lost a fight in 5 years. And Timothy Bradley beat him. We came back with the title. He is the 6th fighter in history to beat a guy on his own turf, you know? And he made history. But a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people think that it's easy. People don't know. People just talk because, you know, talking about people, it's normal. But if you know their lives, you would have a little courtesy and respect, you know? Because it was hard. It was really hard for both of us, but we made it. Thank God. You know, he's in a good spot. He's in a good place. I'm in a good spot. Thank God. And we keep working.